Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully, you click that like button as well. If this is your first time to one of my live streams, the only price of admission is to hit the like button. And if you're feeling extremely generous, hit the share button, copy the link, and share it to X, Facebook, Reddit, LinkedIn, wherever you possibly can. Okay. What's going on, guys? Lisa Marie, Kat, what's up? Well disease, what's going on? Anna Barnes, what's going on? And Shay Brown's in the building. What's up, Shay Brown? Shout out to all of YouTube and all of Twitch who are pulling up. I do realize that this is a late night stream, but I saw that Karine Jean-Pierre, the press secretary for the White House, Raggedy Ann, has been having a rough night. She has been having a rough night. Somebody had a rough day at work. Somebody had an extremely rough day at work. What's up, Angel? Hey, Angel. I see all my blues are pulling up. We're going to get started in a moment. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Karine Jean-Pierre, they put her out there on the chopping block so that she can spin everything that's been going on this week. Looking at the debate last week and how that went, and we all know that did not go very well for JB. And everybody on BS, NBC, or MSDNC, CNN, and all the like have been trying to spin and cover up everything that has been happening. But they finally caught someone that they can ask questions to. And this poor lady, oh my gracious, she had a rough day at work. All right. So we're going to show four different reporters asked her questions. One of the reporters asked her flat out, does Joe Biden have dementia? Is he suffering from Alzheimer's? What's going on? Her answer is going to shock you. And then another one was asking her about the cheap fake and everything. And another one, listen, I ain't going to ruin the movie by telling you what's about to happen, but it's going to blow your mind. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I was going to wait until some people pulled up, but since y'all are here first, I'm not going to make y'all wait, man. Y'all pulled up first. Y'all get the snacks first, all right? Just like Jill Biden gives out snacks and fruit snacks and orange slices and gold stars to her hubby wubby for answering all of the questions right, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Let's get to it, man.
Thank you, Karine. The administration strongly criticized the media for clips showing the president appearing to be confused, freezing at times, and you called it cheap fakes, misinformation, disinformation. In one case, even implied that it was the product of artificial intelligence, calling it deep fakes. Do you have any regret over using that language?
Not at all. Not at all. And let me be clear, it was a certain part of the media. And, I mean, you can speak to this better than I can. A certain part of the media which was doing this. And look, independent, mainstream fact checkers in the press and misinformation experts have been calling out cheap fakes. And at the end of the day, they're fakes. That's what they were. Targeting the president. They had said, the reporters and these misinformation experts said that this president was being targeted. And what we did was echo them. That's what we did. And look, we'll certainly continue to call that out. And the cheap fakes didn't come from me. I didn't coin that. I didn't come from this White House or this podium. That came from the media. They called it cheap fakes. And they said this president, President Biden, was being targeted on misinformation. It was purposefully being done to this president. And what we did is we echoed that. So I don't regret it at all.
Well, the administration
it was just the facts.
Used that sort of approach to counter the Wall Street Journal report, for instance, that interviewed 45 people over several months who criticized, the president's handling of himself in meetings. And broadly,
Which approach? I'm not following.
Talking about the president's age being a factor.
I don't understand where
the approach from the White House to criticize the reporting, to basically cast the reporting as not true. And broadly, this has been, the reason I ask is like the administration's response to our questions often seems to be, don't believe your lying eyes. The border is secure. Afghanistan withdrawal was a success. Inflation is transitory. So is that going to change?
I mean, you just laid out, Jackie, you just laid out a bunch of things. So just give me a second here. First of all, I think this is a give and take, right? Even in this briefing room, we go back and forth. I go back and forth with you, with your colleagues, with everyone here. And I think we have a right to say if something we don't think is true or something we think we want to push back on. That is a right for us to do, just like you have a right to push me and say, actually, our sources or our reporting say this. I think it's a give and take. This is what makes what we do in this room almost every day. This is an exercise of democracy. This is an exercise of freedom of the press. That's what we're doing here. And I think if there's some reporting that we don't believe to be true, I think it's okay if we go back and forth and say, actually, we don't think that reporting is true, right? And so...
Okay, so I have to call BS on that because you cannot tell somebody not to believe their lying eyes. You cannot tell somebody that we have the right to push back if we don't believe what you're saying to be true, when you know for a fact that what's going on at the border is not kosher. You're seeing all these people come in. What was it? 15,000 people per day at one point. I believe it was 15,000 people per day at one point. And neither Kamala nor Joe Biden visited the border. That right there was nothing to push back on. That right there was just something to admit it. Hey, you know what? You're right. But Karine Jean-Pierre has one job and one job only. Her job is to spin. All right? Her job is to spin. She should be in the daggone gymnastics going to Paris. She should be going to the Olympics because her job is to spin, and that's it. Spin stories. Lie, 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 and spin. Okay, we're going to continue because they're going to be tearing her tail up. This is just the first one of 4 that we're going to be covering today. And as you see right now, she is trying her best to spin it. She's not answering any questions outright, nor will she the entire time.
I don't see anything wrong with that. That is what this is. That is what this is. This is what we actually do on a daily basis. This is how we lead the world, on making sure that journalism exists and you all have the right to do your jobs. But, you know, we also have our right as the press office here in the administration, if we don't believe something is true or we want to share our side of things, that we do so. You know, look, on the other things that you just listed, you know, I've talked about this president's record a lot, often here, in this just however minutes I've been at this podium. And look, when it comes to the economy, the data shows it. When it comes to healthcare, the data shows it. Afghanistan, obviously, it is an important conversation to have, and that is something that the president wanted to do and end a war, and a forever war. He wanted to make sure that we stop putting our young women and men in harm's way. And that is a difficult decision to make. It is not an easy decision to make. But he's the president and commander-in-chief, and he wanted to make sure that we got our armed troops out of harm's way. And so I honor and respect our back and forth, and it is always an honor and privilege for me to do this job, and I will continue to do that. Go ahead.
It's an honor and privilege for her to lie for the president, and she would do it no matter what because she gets some clout. She gets a pat on the back. She realized that she's in enemy lines. She's behind enemy lines because right now, one thing she has to do, well, first of all, if the president does a good job, her job will be simple. Her job will be easy. If the president does a piss poor job, this will be her job. Her job will be difficult. She's even lying about enjoying her job. And she don't have to do that. If I was the press secretary, I would get out there and tell the truth. Look, cuz is off his rocker. He probably shouldn't be the president, but y'all voted for him, so nanny boo-boo, suck it. What can we do about it? What, you going to replace him? Well, I dare you to try. She should be up there talking her sugar honey iced tea, but she's afraid to because her job is to spin. All right. And she's not doing a great job. Now, somebody said, did anybody ask her about the 13 military who passed away on his watch? I believe somebody did, though. Nobody asked her about that. Well, here's the guy right now that's going to ask her if Joe Biden has Alzheimer's or if he has dementia. And you're going to hear her tell the truth on opposite day. You already know what that means.
Behind shouted a similar question to what I'm going to be asking you, but I think given what happened on Thursday, given the reporting in the New York Times and other outlets about the president's more frequent lapses, losing his train of thought, all of us saw what happened on Thursday where he simply could not form coherent answers to many or some, if you will, of the questions, and here to lapse into nonsensical answers at the end. We beat Medicare, for instance. I'm going to ask something delicate, and you may not like it. The president may not like to hear it if he's watching, but I think the American people need to get a yes or no answer on this. Does President Biden, at 81 years old, have Alzheimer's, any form of dementia, or degenerative illness that cause these sorts of lapses? And it's a yes or no question. And if you don't know, why don't you, as one of his senior staff members, know?
I have an answer for you. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's a no. And I hope you're asking the other guy the same exact question.
Why would he ask the other guy the same exact question? Karine Jean-Pierre, you ain't got to be all like that. Why would you ask? Why are you asking me about Joe Biden? Why you ain't go ask Trump that? That's because Trump can actually communicate. Trump can actually communicate. He can start a statement and he can finish a statement, as we've seen in the debate, right? So that's the end. Also, I don't know what this reporter's name is, but I appreciate him for how he approached the question. He wasn't trying to be mean. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He was approaching it with kitty gloves on. He was trying to be very respectful about this. And for that, I give him kudos for that. I don't know listen to how he approached this question. I just need for y'all to hear it because he was trying to be as delicate as possible. And he said, no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect the president by asking this question, but the people want to know if this brother got dementia, Alzheimer's, any degenerative disease that's causing his mind to fillet the way it's been. We want to know. And if you don't know, why don't you know when you supposed to be the person with all of the answers? When we ask questions, we receive answers from you. Now, he was trying to be really respectful the same way that Trump was trying to be respectful when he was on that stage with Biden. He wasn't trying to be mean or disrespectful to him. He was actually looking over at him like, bruh, just making sure that he's not having an episode over there. He's not having a stroke over there. Do y'all see this? Anybody gonna bring him some water or something? Is his nurses on standby? Is a wheelchair available just in case he falls? Like, what's going on? Like, even Trump was trying to be respectful and protective of the president when he was standing beside him. So this right here, I give Cuz props for approaching this the way he did.
Given what happened on Thursday, given the reporting in the New York Times and other outlets about the president's more frequent lapses, losing his train of thought, all of us saw what happened on Thursday where he simply could not form coherent answers to many or some, if you will, of the questions. And here to lapse into nonsensical answers at the end. We beat Medicare, for instance. I'm going to ask something delicate, and you may not like it. The president may not like to hear it if he's watching, but I think the American people need to get a yes or no answer on this.
Now, before she answers, could you please give me a thumbs up if you believe that he possibly does have Alzheimer's or dementia or is suffering from a degenerative disease, Or could you give me a thumbs down if you believe that, nah, he's just, I don't know, he's just ignorant. He's just old. He's just slow. He's just, I don't know. He has a cold. Give me a thumbs down for a cold. Thumbs down if you believe that he actually has a cold, the way that Karine Jean-Pierre is about to so casually say.
Does President Biden, at 81 years old, have Alzheimer's, any form of dementia, or degenerative illness that would cause these sorts of lapses? And it's a yes or no question. And if you don't know, why don't you, as one of his senior staff members, know?
I have an answer for you. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's a no. And I hope you're asking the other guy the same exact question. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The statement that Congressman Duggan put out,
Yeah.
does the president feel like members, the Democratic congressmen, should be able to speak their minds on this? Or does he think, calling for him to withdraw is hurting the party writ large?
I mean, look, that's something about the Democratic Party that we really respect. It is a big tent party. Many people are going to have their opinions. We are going to have our disagreements, and that is what is important. And we really respect other people's opinions and thoughts. I think that's what makes, this party different, right, than the other side. Certainly, we see that with how it's playing out in Congress, or how it tends to play out in Congress. So the congressman is going to have his opinion. He's going to have his thoughts. That's for him to speak to. We are not, this is not a president that's about his personal politics. That is not this president is all about. He doesn't care only about himself. That is not what this president is all about. And I also read out some supportive statements that we've heard from leaders of Congress. Former Speaker Pelosi, I read out what she laid out. I read out what Congressman Clyburn has said. And I think that matters as well. And you all have heard from multiple supporters over the past couple of days since Thursday. And I think that's important as well.
Hey, Sean.
Now, as you see, she is spinning and spinning and spinning. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten so dizzy that she hasn't fallen off the daggone stage. She hasn't fallen and bust her head on the podium, because she hasn't yet. And that's pretty impressive, because the way that she's not really answering these questions, but she's answering the questions. She's satisfying herself to the point where she can move on from reporter to reporter to reporter. That right there is pretty impressive. I don't know if you can do the job. I know I wouldn't be able to do the job, especially if I'm performing for a president who is in the same frame of mind as Joe Biden. Y'all see it the same as I. We all have seen him stumble. We all have seen him turn around and walk the other way. We all seen him in front of other world leaders and did not know how to respond. We all seen him go forehead to forehead with the Pope. We all seen him being greeted by Black people who was just telling him, who actually supported him and saying, "We love you, Mr. President." And he's just looking at them like he's just zoned out, and he's rubbing on their arms and just, ooh, a Black arm. This is what it feels like. Ooh, yeah. Or him being greeted by people with smaller children and him just deciding to sniff them. We've seen all of that. This cannot be normal. Come on, guys. Y'all really think this is normal? This ain't normal. It's not. Hold on, we're not done yet. We ain't done yet. She is still at the office, Jack.
Thank you, Karine. You just reminded us that President Biden had a cold on Thursday. What medications was he taking in the days or hours leading up to the debate?
And I know that question has come in a couple of times to us. He was not taking any cold medication.
Was he taking any medication that would have interfered with his
He
performance?
was not taking any cold medication. That is what I can speak to. I've asked his doctor, and that's what he stated to us.
After the debate, did the president get examined by a doctor, or did he get a neurological scan?
A neurological scan? Look, what I can say is that, just to take a step back, it was a bad night. We understand that it was a bad night. And the president has spoken to this. And he understands that. And so I cannot speak to anything beyond what I just shared. The president has regular annual physicals that we release in a thorough report. We're going to continue to do that. I don't have anything else beyond that.
So was the last time he was seen by a doctor then in February?
I just don't have anything beyond that, beyond the question of a neurological exam.
Okay, well, you continue to say it was just a bad night, but is there an explanation then for why it was so bad? If it's not his stamina, if he prepared, as you guys say, for so long, if it's not a problem with his mental fitness, what happened that night? What did we see?
I will also add that the president also spoke to this as well. He said, I'm not as smooth as I used to be. I don't debate as well as I used to. I don't walk as easily as I used to. But one thing that he knows is how to deliver for the American people. He understands that. He understands that he's not a young man, obviously. He said this. But his focus is going to continue to deliver for the American people on the issues that they care about: the economy, expanding health care, fighting for Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, making sure that we continue to be leaders on the world stage, which is something that this president has been able to do.
What? He's been able to deliver and continue to be a leader on the world stage. What world leader respects Joe Biden right now? Please tell me one. Any world leader that you believe respect Joe Biden right now, please tell me one, Karine. Why is she lying like this, bro? I mean, I get it. She's the press secretary, and her job. When I voted for Obama, when I voted for Obama, and then I voted for Hillary, and then Trump won. I used to hate Kelly McEnany. When Kelly McEnany used to get up there, oh my gracious, she used to get on my daggone nerves because she would answer every daggone question. She would have this book in front of her, and she was not running away from reporters. I think she loved being in front of reporters asking her questions. She would not run for questions. She would stalk out somebody that had some beef with her. I believe she loved the smoke that was thrown her way, because she will address everybody. She wasn't running from anybody. And that's what I love. That's what I absolutely loved when I saw her do it. But Karine Jean-Pierre, she's not answering any questions. She's dancing around everything. She's, as you can clearly see. And hold on. I got a couple more, man. I got a couple more, because it's going to get worse and worse, because she is not being very transparent at all. Y'all haven't heard her say that this brother got a cold yet. Here we go. He got a cold. Hold on. Let's put it on this side right here. Yeah, he got a cold.
The White House released a 6-page summary back in February. I don't think that was a full accounting necessarily. And Dr. O'Connor in that memo described the president as, quote, a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. I think that is clearly not what the majority of Americans are seeing. And we have a new poll from CBS News that says 72% of registered voters say the president does not have the mental and cognitive health to serve as president. So are you saying that the majority of Americans are misguided and that they just need to trust Dr. O'Connor and take him at his word?
So a couple of things, and I want to say the president is feeling better, and you saw him last night, you saw him today, but he does indeed still have a cold. Look.
He does indeed still have a cold. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. Stop playing games. Will he show his medical records or not? The answer is no. If he does have dementia or Alzheimer's, do you believe that they're going to put that on a public record for us to see? Hell no. Do you really believe that they're going to put that on a record? The answer is nah, they're not. They're not. And she's damn sure not going to say anything about it. Shout out to these reporters for asking, though.
I want to be very sensitive here, and I think it is important to be sensitive here. We understand how the American people are feeling. We get it. We do. And I do not want to take away from that. I'm not going to speak. I know that there was, you all did a poll, CNN did a poll. I'm not going to speak to every poll. I'm just not going to do that. And also, I'm, constraints in doing that as we're heading into an election in November, as you know. What I will say is majority of Americans also support the work that the president has doing in a sense of his agenda and what he stands for, what he's been fighting for, whether it's reproductive rights, whether it's an economy that works for all. And that is something that the president is going to continue to do.
Majority of Americans do not. Have you seen his rating? I believe he has the lowest rating of all presidents, I believe. What's his rating at this moment? I believe it's 38% approval rating. Because if she's saying majority of Americans are saying that he's doing a hell of a job, wouldn't his approval rating be a little higher? That's what I'm thinking. His approval rating is 32%. Is it TNT cycles? It's 32%. That's not majority of Americans. Last I checked, it's 27%. Angel said it's 27%. Is that majority? What type of math are we doing? That's not good math, KJP. It really isn't. Okay, let's continue.
And this is why we have said, and I have said this multiple times from here, is that's why the president acknowledges. We get it. We get what Americans are feeling. That's why he's acknowledging. He's not a young man. That's why he's acknowledging. He's a little slower than he used to be in walking and not as smooth as speaking. We get
and thinking. He's a little slower. She just now said it. You heard it here first, folks. She just now said it. You heard it here first.
that. But we also want to make sure that we point to the successes that he's had.
I'm seeing 27%. I'm seeing 32%. Which is it? Could somebody please let me know? That would be absolutely amazing, man. I would love to know what his actual approval rating is, because she clearly just now said that majority of Americans believe that he is doing a bang up job. And unless it's 51%, then that's not majority of Americans. 32% is not majority of Americans. CNN has said that it's 27% after the debate. And Nick is saying that it's 32.
Record, and we want to continue to build on his unprecedented record. And I'm not going to discount what the American people see or feel. What I can say is what we know from our side of things. We could speak to his record. And we could speak to what the president has been able to acknowledge.
What the hell does that mean? What we know from our side of things? What? You talking about in our team huddles? In our group meetings? That's not how you get a proper read on what Americans believe about his performance as the world leader, the world superpower right now. Like, he is considered the most powerful man in the world. Well, no, he's not. But he's supposed to be. He has the job of the most powerful man in the world. And you're saying from our side of things, this is how we see it. Of course, when you have your group meetings, they tell you what to say and what not to say, what to acknowledge and what not to acknowledge, what to answer and what not to answer. So that's what you mean by your side of things? Because if that's the case, you're not being you're being extremely disingenuous right now. That's what I'm saying. Right.
And I think that's important too. And that's basically acknowledging what Americans are seeing and feeling.
Well, if you get it, why not release more about his physical and mental health? Why not?
What we have released has been very comprehensive. It has been. It has been transparent. And if you compare it, right, it has. We have put that out there. And, and we'll continue to do so, put that information out there. And MJ, I want to be very clear. I get the question that you're asking me.
You don't want to be very clear. Stop saying that. You don't want to be very clear. You want to be very unclear, as you've been this entire time. We are not following along. What's going on?
me. But this is also a president who has had a historic administration. He has, in delivering on legislation, key policies. That is because with
Then why is his approval rating so low? His approval rating isn't so low because he's been stumbling down the steps. His approval rating is not so low because he fell off of a bike. Don't think we forgot that. Don't think we forgot that daggone little press stunt that y'all try to do. Thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. King Tut, aka Young C, Van the best 100. Keep the hustle going. Don't ever stop. I won't, and I hope you don't ever stop either. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Listen, it's not because he's stumbling. It's not because he can't finish a sentence. It's not because he's sniffing babies or sniffing little girls, or he like to teach little black kids about roaches as they rub hairs on his legs while he's sitting in the pool. It's not because he turns around and walks the opposite direction when he's supposed to be speaking into a microphone and reading the teleprompter. It's not because of those things that his approval rating has dropped so low. His approval rating is what it is because of the type of president that he's been. Essentially, his approval rating from where I sit, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm talking to my people in the chat right now. An approval rating for a president is essentially his report card, right? That's when people look at the totality of the country and how it's being run. They look at the actual numbers, the actual economy. They look at the actual prices of everything, from food to gas to homes to everything. They look at how people are getting jobs, are able to keep jobs. They're looking at how we fare with other countries as far as our strength and our ranking. We look at the border. We look at all sorts of things before we give him his report card. And the report card that he has received is very lackluster. It's saying that his approval rating is 32% at the highest and 28% at the lowest from what I'm seeing. So please tell me how what you're saying is not disingenuous. No, not disingenuous. How what you're saying is not an outright lie. She's doing more than just spinning right now. She is lying.
With age comes wisdom and comes experience. And I think that matters as well.
Did Dr. O'Connor watch the debate?
I believe Dr. O'Connor traveled with us to the debate.
So did he have any concerns after seeing the
No,
president's
not at
debate
all.
before?
Not
I have
at
one
all.
more question.
she hurried up and shut her up. She said, not at all. Not at all. I got one more question. Nope, I ain't got nothing else to say. Shut the hell up. Get off my line. I ain't got nothing else to say. Get off my face.
Is anyone in the White House hiding information about the president's health or his ability to do the job day to day?
Absolutely not.
Bull, sugar, honey, iced tea. Is anyone in the White House hiding his ability to do the job? Anything about his health? Absolutely not. No. Can we go to the next question, please? Please, let me go to the next question. Somebody pull the fire alarm. Somebody please pull the fire alarm. Somebody pull the fire alarm to save this daggone lady because she is going down, son. Milk. Is that milk? Okay, MIL2K11. Thank you so much for the super chat. It reads, thanks, fan, for being on YouTube and expressing yourself and your values. Keep up the great work, bro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Much love to you. And thank you so much for, taking that extra step to show some love to the channel. I really appreciate it. And guess what? I don't find any of this funny, to be honest with you. I don't. Why can't we have a president that does what he's supposed to do and a press secretary who tells the truth and represent us properly? Huh? Oh, wow. Wow. Seriously, Milk, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow. Okay. So now I got, okay, mods, now you got to send me your Cash App so I can send you this $80. Well, I got to take 30% off of it because of YouTube. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take, thank you so much. Let me go ahead and write this note. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. The mods are absolutely phenomenal. They are always here being dope as crap. They are awesome. Listen, yeah, thank you. Karine, tell the daggone truth. You're lying through your daggone teeth. Somebody knows, and y'all are hiding the information. And as y'all say, they're not going to tell us the information anyway. Right?
Given the fact that it's more than a bad night when his political future is threatened, would he be willing to provide more medical information? Would he be willing to have Dr. O'Connor provide more to answer these questions?
Look, Kelly-O, certainly understand the question, appreciate the question, but what we have provided has been very transparent.
But it's
has
not
been
recent.
has
And
been
the Country Watch.
But February was this year. It wasn't too long ago. It was indeed this year, and we provided transparent report, a thorough
There were
report.
many Americans who were concerned about his capacity. Was he okay? What happened? And we've now gone several days where he has only done teleprompter comments. He has not taken questions. I know you've announced a press conference.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. An interview. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there is a period of time here where the public is trying to understand what happened. And the president could help to answer that by engaging with us in an unscripted way right now.
So let me just say a couple of things. There's a couple of things that you said that I do want to address. Number one, less than an hour after the debate, he went and he engaged directly with the American people, right? He went to a watch party. He was in a room with hundreds of supporters who watched the debate. And when he walked in, they cheered him on. And he did a photo line with them for some time. Some of your colleagues had an opportunity to speak to these supporters. He did that. And that was something that he was able to do right after.
He walked into a room of people who were there ready to encourage him because they were fans of the Democratic Party and they wanted him to win and they wanted him to do a good job. As long as he did not die on the stage, they were ready to clap for him and say, yay, we saw what Jill Biden did when they got into that room that she's talking about. They were the fan club. There was no serious questions coming from anybody. There was no questions coming from anybody. He went back there to celebrate. He went into a separate room, got another shot for his cold, and then went into the after party so he can just stand there and be frozen. We seen the video, and that was not a cheap fake. I seen the video. The one when Jill Biden was like, you answered all the questions. You were such a good boy. You didn't pick up no toys. You didn't ask me to buy you anything. And I'm going to buy you something anyway. Look what I got you. I got you a Happy Meal. Yes, it come with a toy. It come with a toy. Yes, it come with a toy. And what did Trump do? He kicked my husband's ass. We seen it all. Come on now. That was a fan club. It's not the same. That's not what she's saying. She know that that's not what she's saying. But this is how Karine Jean-Pierre liked to twist things. She liked to spin things. We get it. This is your job. It's a tough job to have, especially behind somebody who has a 28% approval rating.
And then we stopped at a Waffle House, as some of you all know, and spoke to a packed restaurant.
Thank
he
you,
spent
fam.
some time there. Then the next day, he went to North Carolina, spoke in front of hundreds of supporters there who said, we support you, Joe. We love you, Joe. And so he was able to do that. In those 2.5 days
Thank you so much, Sky Blue.
after the debate, he went to 4 states and engaged with supporters, engaged with American people, everyday people, heard directly from them. And let's not forget, when we landed in North Carolina, I think it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, he engaged with supporters there as well. So the president has been out there. He's been listening to supporters. It's something that he loves to do, not just supporters, but American people out there, everyday people who appreciate what he does, who wants to hear more from him, as you just stated, and got that opportunity to do just.
Fan clubs is not what she's saying. You're running your daggone mouth and you know you're not answering the question. She's not asking you about fan clubs. She's not asking you pop-up. She's not asking you about little pop-up rallies. She's not asking you about the people inside of Chicken and Waffles. They say, okay, guys, we're gonna have an after party over here. Then meet us at the Chicken and Waffles so we can show that Joe Biden is popular. Okay, while he's eating fried chicken for the black people, we still trying to get the black vote. We gotta show them eating some fried chicken. Then we're gonna go over to the watermelon spot. We gotta show them eating some watermelon, trying to get that black vote. All right, we gotta go get that black vote. All right, and then we're gonna go somewhere and eat some tacos. You know, we gotta get the Latino vote. Then we're gonna go over here and eat some Chinese. We gotta get the Chinese vote. Because this is how they operate, bro. This is not the American people. This is the fan club. And what she's saying is, can he stand in front of people and actually answer questions? The same questions that we're asking you, can he answer them? No. What he's capable of doing is popping to his little pander groups. Okay, let's go panda over here. They got chicken over here. Let's go panda over here. They got waffles. Let's go panda. Let's go sniff some babies. This is not the same. And Karine Jean-Pierre know this, but she is playing it. I got to give you a round of applause, man. A standing ovation. Who came up with that? Rihanna? Yeah, she made that song for you. For real.
That I think it matters that he's going to do an interview on Friday. I think it matters that he's going to go to Wisconsin and do that, right? Engage with everyday people. We're going to continue to do that. Nothing has changed in that regard. We're going to continue to be out there. He's going to be in Pennsylvania as well this weekend, as I just stated.
And one more.
Let me tell you something, man. She is so full of sugar honey iced tea, bro. And honestly, I want her to do well. I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually want everyone to do well in their jobs. I want her to shine. I want her to kick butt. I want her to be amazing. I don't want anybody to do badly at their jobs. You know, it's difficult enough to find a nice living so you can take care of your families. You know what I mean? Huh? But we can clearly see that the spin is on. She didn't answer anything. Clearly, they asked, so many different people asked her about his health. And when it comes down the pipeline, after they pass the baton to somebody else, say Newsom or I don't know, Hillary Clinton or Kamala or someone else, once they decide to set Joe Biden down, because he's going to be like, look, I'm just tired, man. I don't care about this presidency no more. I can't do it no more. I want to rest. Go give me my orthopedic shoes. I'm not wearing those presidential shoes no more. And go give me my pamper. I'm tired of going to the bathroom. And y'all know this. Be sitting there like the daggone crumps, just farting on himself. I'm about to let out one right now. I'm about to get my colon cleansed right now. He be doing that in the middle of in the middle of speeches. This dude be in the middle of speeches up there on the podium and having a daggone colon cleanse right there. I'm gonna cleanse my colon right now. I'm cleaning my colon. Y'all seen the clumps? That'd be Joe Biden, bro. And we got Karine Jean-Pierre going on the world tour trying to clear his name. You cannot clear his name, bruh. What he's doing is foolish. He is lying to us. And you are lying even more. He cannot stand in front of any serious reporters and answer their questions. That's why we need the next debate. If there is one, it can't be anything other than the town hall. It got to be a town hall. It got to be. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Or they're going to play golf against each other or fight to the death. Those are the only options. You hear me? All right. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. I really appreciate it. That's all I wanted to check out with you guys. I wanted to tap in and show y'all that Karine Jean-Pierre had a rough day at the office. She tried. No, she didn't. She didn't really try to answer those questions. She knew she wasn't going to answer any questions when she went out there with that daggone folder of hers that had nothing in it. If you go look at it's probably just some little scribbling. She probably drawing pictures of the reporters. She drawing pictures of Simon Atiba because he's no longer invited to the party. She's drawing pictures of Peter Ducey because he's no longer invited to the party. That's what she does, bruh. I mean, sis, or everyone out there, that's all she do. But like I say all the time, thank you guys so much for clicking play, watching everything. Let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, man. Y'all have been absolutely phenomenal, per usual. If you haven't liked this video already, please like it. If you haven't shared it on X yet, please share it. If you haven't communicated to one another respectfully, please do so. To all of my blues, thank y'all so much. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. I really appreciate y'all, and every single content creator that you help mod on their channels. I'm certain that they appreciate you as well, and continue to do so with love and with passion, and show us the right way to go, because we follow your lead always. Y'all think that y'all are following ours, we're actually following yours. Also, one last thing, and you all know that it's happening, and this is usually the time when everybody stops falling off. If you are looking to start your own YouTube channel so that you can go live, so that you can do content, so that you can create something from this day forward, please hit me up with the word coach so we can get it popping. For everybody that has been reaching out to me via email, y'all are dope. I believe that we're going to do something great, especially if we decide to work together. But I will say, you don't need me to move forward. Only thing you got to do is cut on that camera. You got a phone. If you got a phone, you got a camera. Cut that bad boy on. Turn it sideways. Record yourself. Talk about something substantive. Add some value to someone's life, and do it daily. Content is king. Consistency is queen. Okay? And if you don't know where to start, find somebody's channel that's doing something that you would like to do, and copy and steal everything that they do. All right? Okay? Just the format. Copy and steal the format, what they do. You can even use the content that they're doing. But as soon as you add yourself, remember this, you are one of one. So just by adding yourself to that content, you change the game, just like that. But a blueprint is good to start off with anything. If you're going to build something, don't even try to reinvent the wheel. All right? The good Lord has already placed somebody here to try it first. Take that blueprint, go ahead and run the play, and be successful. Kick butt. All right? Everybody who was here communicating and supporting and liking and sharing and just having a good time, thank you so much, guys. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. I look forward to seeing all of the coach emails, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. More than likely, it will be in the morning. Now I got to go and find out what we're going to do, what we're going to talk about in the morning. Okay, that was horrible. That was horrible. I got to work on my daggone moo-hoo-ha-has. You know what I mean? I got to go and work on my moo-hoo-ha-has. All right? Also, question before you go. Did you all count the Mississippis when Biden was stepping off the stage at the debate? How many Mississippis did it take for him to get off the stage at the debate? Ginger, thank you so much for the super chat. Just saying hey and happy 4th. And happy 4th of July to everybody. Happy Independence Day to everyone. Much love to you all. All right, 1776. Yay. 1776. Yes, sir. Let's go. Make sure y'all have a good time and be safe and love on one another. Love on yourselves. Love on the country. It was 8 to 10 Mississippis. It was 8 to 10 Mississippi. It was 7 Mississippis. Okay. So it was 7 to 10 Mississippis. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for loving on JoJo. I appreciate it. That's my guy right there. LFR JoJo. If you're not already following LFR JoJo, please do so. Stat. For everyone that's submitted a super chat, extra thank you to you, because you already know that I appreciate your time, but I also appreciate your dime. Okay? Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. See y'all on the next live stream, and I will find something great to report on in the morning. Brandon, you got something to say, brother? You got something to say, brother? Huh? Also, I want to say this. One person that I'm coaching had 2 subscribers in December. In December. The one person I was coaching had 2 subscribers in December. They are about to hit 200,000 subscribers either today, not tomorrow. By tomorrow, they should be hitting 200,000 subscribers. December, they had 2 subscribers. Tomorrow, they will have 200,000 subscribers. I know a little bit about this internet stuff, okay? Not only YouTube, but also Instagram, also TikTok. It's the same game on every single social media platform, okay? So if you're actually looking for someone to mentor you through this whole thing and you want to change your life like I've changed mine, please reach out to me with the word coach. Also, everybody is not guaranteed success when it comes to content creation. So don't believe that. All right. This is no get rich quick type of thing. This is no grow a mega super subscribers overnight type of thing. It's also not hard work either. So if you hear somebody that's a content creator say, man, this is such hard work. It's so hard to do this work. It's so hard to be a content creator. It is not hard to be a content creator at all. Does it take a little bit of time? Yes, it does. Does anything take time? Yes, it do. But it's not like you're doing crunches or doing push-ups or doing pull-ups or anything like that or doing dips. It's not like you're running marathons. It's not. It's just a skill that you learn through repetition. That's it. That's it. But there are some tricks of the trade, and you can clearly see those people who are great at it and those people who are not. You can see the people who are mediocre at it. You know what I mean? You can see that. So at the end of the day, there's a lot to learn. And if you want to learn by yourself, go to Think Media on YouTube and look at what Think Media has to offer. They've put out a bunch of videos out there that can probably answer all of your questions right away for free 99. Also, Nick Nimmons has a YouTube channel as well that will answer all of your questions for free 99. Also, you have Roberto Blake, who will answer your questions for free 99 just by going to their YouTube channels, because this is what they do for a living. I just now started doing this. Building a media company is new to me. All right. But being that I've been doing this for a minute, I've learned some things along the way. So all I want to do for people that I'm working with is collapse your timeline. That's it. What took me 5 years, I wanted to take you 1 year. And I think we can do it. Clearly, if I work with somebody who has had 2 subscribers in December and now they have 200,000, we know how to collapse people's timeline. Okay? So think about it. Just think about it. And happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to everyone. 1776 is in the house. Love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next live stream, which will more than likely be in the morning. And if you have any great ideas on something for me to go live on, hit me up on my Discord. Okay? Love you.